This is Caitlin, your host of the NoSleep4Dramas Podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the NoSleep4Dramas Podcast. And this episode, we're going to talk about what I'm currently watching. Yeah, as you can see from the title, it is my watch list for March 2025. And let me just say, I'm watching a lot, but also not a lot. It's like I guess for some people it would be considered a lot. For me, it's like the middle ground. I'm not watching nothing, but I'm definitely could be watching more. The only thing though is, as you know from past episodes, the last 2 months of 2025, aka the first 2 months of 2025, have been rough for me. So at least when it comes to March of 2025, at least I'm somewhat normal. Thank God. I think I've finally kind of found a balance between all the crazy stuff going on in the world and my drama watching, and I think it's gotten better. Now, I will say I am using March to kind of clear out my watch list because I need to get things off my plate. Because with upcoming podcast episodes, I need to start watching some things for those recordings. And so I'm clearing out my watch list. Since I'm doing that, I will be finishing a lot of things that I mentioned in this podcast episode by the end of March, aka in the next couple weeks. You might hear things I talk about this episode that I literally finished today after I'm done recording this or something. But because I'm still currently watching it, it will be on this list. Another thing I've noticed probably in the last few months or so is I'm watching way less airing Korean dramas. I think this is for a few reasons. One reason is I'm getting pickier with what I pick up in the first place, since I mostly am only interested in crime Korean dramas or makjang Korean dramas. These are the ones I'm picking up and at least checking out. Maybe I'm dropping them later, but for now, I'm only clicking play on 2 or 3 Korean dramas that are airing. And so that means I'm averaging about 2 or 3 airing Korean dramas on my current watch list, give or take. I think another reason for this though is there has not been a lot of crime Korean dramas in the first couple months of the year. We still have some, which is why I'm clicking play on 2 or 3 airing Korean dramas, but I can think to months in 2024 where the only genre that seemed to come out that month was crime, and I was watching 4 or 5 crime Korean dramas. I'm sure there's gonna be some months in 2025 where that's the case, but currently right now, there's 2 a month that I'm interested in, which is good for me because I still have airing stuff to watch, and then I just fill in the gaps with other things. If you have come to this podcast episode or come to know that I watch a lot of airing Korean dramas, now you know why I'm not watching a lot of airing Korean dramas, because I've really kind of whittled down what I click play on, and then I just watch other stuff, which is good for me because I have a ton of upcoming dramas that I have to either watch for a podcast episode or rewatch for a podcast episode. It's good that I'm not having 6 or 7 airing things that I want to be watching at one time. It also gives variety to genres and countries and things that I can talk to you guys about. I mean, I was just recording with Liliana the other day. Sorry, for some reason I woke up with a little frog in my throat this morning, and I've been trying to get it clear for the last hour. So if I'm not sick. For some reason I just have this thing. Anyway, I was recording with Liliana yesterday, and she mentioned a Japanese drama that I had my eye on. I was trying to get stuff off my watch list, so I didn't want to click play, and now I want to click play on it because it's mystery Japanese drama that I already had my eye on, but now I really want to click play on it, and it's airing on Vicky's. I would only be able to watch 2 or 3 episodes and then have to wait for episodes. I have to now look that up to tell you guys what I'm talking about though, because or you can listen to her episode that we just recorded, but I will also tell you the name of what I'm talking about so I'm not leave you hanging in terms of the crime drama we were talking about, because maybe some people might want to watch it. The Japanese drama that was added that we were talking about is called I'm gonna butcher this first name. Usotoki Rhetoric. Usotoki. She mentioned she started that and it sounded interesting, and now I want to start it. But again, I need to clear some things off my watch list before I do that. Or I should just start it and then it will be on my watch list. I don't know. Either way, I haven't clicked play on it yet. Because I'm only watching 2 or 3 Korean dramas at a time that are airing, that means I'm checking out more Chinese dramas or other countries overall. And as I said, I want to check out more Japanese dramas, which is why I should probably click play on that crime drama. But I'm also watching like older dramas in the upcoming runs due to the podcast recordings. All of this combo of airing Korean dramas and older dramas for the podcast episode in other countries, I think that has helped me get more excited for what I'm going to be watching or what I'm currently watching than I have in the past 2 months, which has helped me kind of find that balance of my hectic life and what's going on in the world and my drama watching, because I still want to escape my life and my stress through drama watching. And to find a balance is good for me, as I've told you guys, where if I become too stressed, I don't watch stuff. I still plan to keep my like current watch list pretty condensed because I know that my life is still gonna be pretty hectic, and I know that with the dramas that I have to watch to the podcast episodes, I can't be adding 15 new dramas along with the dramas that are scheduled that I need to watch in order to record these podcast episodes. I'm still gonna try to keep it as condensed and organized as possible, which is another reason why I'm trying to clear stuff off my watch list and finish things before I put on new things, because yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that are coming up in the next couple months, especially May. I'm recording a lot of stuff in May for some reason. I don't know why. That being said, we're here to talk about my current watch list in March, and it's still a good combination. It might be a shorter episode versus other watch list episodes. I don't know. We'll have to see. But either way, I am here to talk about what I'm currently watching, which I love to do. And I love to talk about what I'm currently watching. And to be honest, I'm watching some fairly good things, at least in my opinion. Hopefully, you guys will find something to check out, something new to check out, or you are already watching these dramas and you can comment and agree with me or disagree with me on if I think something is good or not. If you have never listened to a current watch list or my watch list or what I'm watching episode of my podcast, there is a specific format I do for this. I go through Korean dramas first, and then if I'm watching a variety show from Korea, I go that next. And then it's Chinese dramas, variety from China. I think Japanese dramas is usually next, variety from Japan, and then it's Taiwanese and Thai, and then anime at the bottom. And then after anime is if I'm watching anything from any other country, like Bridgerton, for example, one of the few English speaking shows I still watch. We are going to start off with the Korean dramas. I'm only watching 2 airing Korean dramas currently, and that is Buried Hearts and The Art of Negotiation. I am behind on both of these. I'm more caught up on Buried Hearts than I am on Art of Negotiation, but the Art of Negotiation have not watched like the last 2 weeks. Well, technically this weekend's episodes and last week's episodes. Buried Hearts, I have a lot more episodes to catch up on, but I've watched more of the show. I think I'm on like episode 4, 5, whereas the Art of Negotiation, I just watched 2. We're still behind on both of them because I was finishing other things to get them off my watch list, but we're actively still watching these and enjoying these, which is good. The first one, Buried Hearts. This is probably by far one of my favorite things I'm watching right now. I don't know if I've talked about this one before, so I'm going to quickly introduce it because that's what I do if it's a new show that I don't think I've talked about before. Buried Hearts is a Korean drama that started airing in February. It stars Park Hyung-sik, Hugh Jun-ho, Lee Hae-young, Hong Hwa-yeon, Woo Hyun, Kim Jin-nan, among others. And it's basically a revenge drama. If you are looking for a romance, it's light romance, honestly. And I'm behind, so I don't know if it has turned into more of a romance, but it has a light romance where I am currently. Because mostly it's about a guy that wants revenge on pretty much every character. Let me change that statement. Wants revenge on most of the male characters. Somewhat of the female characters, specifically his love interest, but most of the male characters. Basically, he gets betrayed in every sense of the word, from every facet of his life, and he disappears and comes back, and he now wants revenge by like stealing money. Well, he stole the money, but now he wants revenge because people got rid of him after stealing the money. I'm trying not to spoil much. It's all in the MDL description, so like I'm not really spoiling a thing if you've read the MDL. And also I'm not caught up, so I don't know the full extent of this. But basically he comes back and wants revenge on the people who betrayed him at the beginning of the drama. And when I first started this, I didn't know how this would turn into a revenge drama because it was very murky, especially from the trailers. And we all know, I've said this in different episodes of podcasts, one of my favorite tropes ever is amnesia. And we have amnesia in this show for at least a little bit. It's not gone by the time from where I am right now. I love it. I love it so much because I don't know. I think it's just done so well in this show. And I wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't expecting an amnesia trope. The revenge plot for this drama is going to be so satisfying because when I say he was betrayed from every facet of his life, he was betrayed from every direction of his life. His life completely collapsed. And my God, it's going to be so satisfying when he gets revenge on these people. Also, I gotta say, Park Young-sik, I think this is one of my favorite roles he's ever done. I love when actors play darker roles. I think it shows off their versatility. Granted, I will say I have not seen all of Park Young-sik's roles. I will admit that. This is definitely probably the darkest role I've seen him do. I know he's done other crime dramas, and I can't remember one specifically I know he's kind of known for. What was that one? Was it him that I'm thinking of? Oh, maybe it's not him. Who am I thinking of that's in that drama? Oh, it's not him. Who was I thinking of? Hold on. Now I need to figure this out. Isn't it called that? No, it's not called that. Who am I thinking of? Is it Seo Young-guk that I'm thinking of? Oh, it is. Okay, I mixed Seo Young-guk and Park Young-sik up. Why did I mix that up? Oh, did I mix Park Bo-gum with him? I don't remember. I thought of the Korean drama Hello Monster, and for some reason, I thought Park Young-sik was in it as like a support character, but apparently he's not. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about, I really don't think I've seen him in a crime drama, or at least a dark role like this, and he is pulling it off beautifully, in my opinion. Definitely my favorite role he's done so far. I'm curious how, because at the beginning of the show, when I say he's betrayed by every facet of his life, he had a somewhat of a romance at the start of this show and obviously was betrayed. So I'm curious how that's going to work out by the end because again, he was utterly betrayed by this woman for on multiple avenues. So I'm wondering how they're going to is this going to be them getting back together by the end, which I don't understand how that's going to happen because he hates her right now. I don't know. I don't see that happening, but I mean, at the same time, crazier things have happened that I've watched. I don't know. Also, Park Young-sik potentially has a really big year in 2025. He has 3 K-dramas coming out, Buried Hearts being the first of it. He has 12, apparently, I think could be a really cool show. And then he has something also called Desperado, which I don't know if that's actually going to come out in 2025. There's a lot not really known about it, but it's a revenge noir as far as I know. I don't think they've even announced the full cast or whatever, so that might not come out in 2025, but we'll have to see. Anyway, he has a potentially big year this year with 2 pretty big dramas coming out. Buried Hearts is killing it in ratings in Korea, keeps just going higher and higher, which deserved in my opinion. Also, I'm loving Hugh Jun-ho in this. He always plays villains so well and he's killing it as a villain in this role. The actress who's also is playing Unam, I hope that's how you pronounce her character name. She's the love interest. I think she's doing pretty well in this role. I know on social media people are hating her character, which for me tells me her acting is very well done. because if you hate the character, that means she's pulling it off well. I don't think I've gotten to the part where I like absolutely hate her character, so I don't understand people on why they're hating her character so much, but I think I just haven't gotten to the place to move me in that direction. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how this goes. I can't wait for it to get crazier and crazier and have watch more of the revenge play out. I'm sure more secrets will come out because I already have a couple theories on who some of these characters are. Because clearly, if you are working with a Chaebol family who come from money, there has to be secrets in the closet somewhere. I have a couple theories of some birth secrets that could roll out by the end of this show, which can also be problematic because I'm just like, oh, we're going to go that direction again because it's a common trope, but I don't want to reveal anything if I'm wrong or if I'm spoiling something. But if that trope happens and the birth secret is revealed, it's like, okay, well, we know it's not true, but well, or is true, or somebody's not telling the truth. I don't know. Anyway, if it turns in mukjang, it turns into mukjang, and I love it. I love Buried Hearts so much. It's probably my favorite thing I'm watching. All right, moving on. The Art of Negotiation. I've watched the first 2 episodes of this. I'm intrigued. I will say there's a couple things that I was like, I don't know about this, but I'm intrigued. So I'm going to continue watching it. There are many things in this drama that is keeping my interest. One thing that stood out to me, like, probably at the beginning of the show, well, 2 things. One thing is Lee Jae-hoon's hair. I mean, he stood out in the trailer. As I said, I'm clicking play on this because I want to see him with white hair. He pulls it off very well. That's one thing. I'm also very intrigued by his character. Once you start the Korean drama, you as an audience member want to know more about his character. You can tell his character has an ulterior motive. Basically, at the beginning of the show, he isn't in Korea. He's somewhere else for probably a good portion of the first episode, almost all of the entire first episode. He's really not on screen. And then he comes back to Korea. And you know he has an ulterior motive for being back other than the reason of him being hired by this company to fix their problem. He has that type of mystery about it where you know he's there for another reason, but you don't know what that is. And they're obviously going to trickle in that mystery as we go along. You also don't know why he left Korea in the first place either. That might come into play. There's just a lot of mystery surrounding him and a lot of theories surrounding him from both within the characters in the story and also us making up theories about his character. The other thing that stood out to me right away was the music. The music is so intense in this show compared to the subject matter of the drama. You're in a boardroom with these company bosses and CEOs, and it has the most intense music playing, like a bomb's about to go off or something, and they're just having a conversation. It's crazy. In one way, though, I think it's smart for the drama because they know the subject matter they're talking about, contracts and deals, can be dry. They're keeping you interested by this intense music. I think it's actually a smart move. We'll see if it plays out like they want it to. I think one thing that's kind of detrimental is these episodes are super long. At least the first 2 I've watched. They're almost an hour and a half. And I found myself having to cut that up because I wanted to continue watching because I was intrigued, but I was like, God, I can't watch an hour and a half episode straight through of this. I have to break it up. I will say the episodes are long and you feel it because they're, especially in the first 2 episodes, there was a lot of build up in introducing characters and what was going to happen in this drama. I hear a couple episodes now have been an hour. It's not an hour and a half, but the first 2, I felt the length of those. So that might mean I'm dropping this in the future. I don't know, but it's way too long, in my opinion. The other thing that's intriguing for this show for me is the drama is setting this drama up as like an episodic thing where company that he works for will throw him a ticking time bomb of the week, basically. And him and his team have to overcome that ticking time bomb. And that's how the structure of this story is going to go until we reach a point where it's going to be the big bad or find out more about him, something along the lines. So the first 4, 5, 6 episodes are going to be this episodic ticking time time bomb of the week deal. You have to get this deal done or you're going to fail this mission that we gave you. I'm intrigued by that. That at least keeps it interesting. It changes the subject a little bit every episode, so you're not watching the same deals going over and over again. That could help. I also don't know if I can handle this newbie. How the structure of the team is he comes back, he rebuilds his old team that he had before he left Korea, except for this new guy, this new intern guy who chooses to be a part of this team. He has been making some stupid decisions. And he reminds me of the guy from The Auditors last year, the newbie on The Auditors, which I eventually dropped that drama because I couldn't stand the newbie for the same reason. He kept making stupid decisions and just like screwing up the deal that they were doing or the audit they were doing. And so if I can't get over my annoyance of the intern in The Art of Negotiation, I might be dropping this again because of this intern. Hopefully he gets better because I could foresee that happening. Because after the first 2 episodes, he already has done a couple things that annoy me of like, are you stupid? I don't know. He's always doing something wrong or like just common sense goes out the window with his character. He needs to be better. I like the rest of the team. I don't know about him. We'll have to see how that goes. I am curious, though, where this story is going to go in terms of Lee Jae-hoon's character, really. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Right now, I'm still interested. I'm still watching it. But there's a lot of factors that could cause me to drop it. We'll have to see how this goes. Those are the only 2 Korean dramas I'm currently watching. We'll move to Korean variety. I am still watching Please Take Care of My Refrigerator Season 2. It's airing on Netflix. I'm watching episodes here and there. I am behind because I don't watch this weekly. I kind of just wait for a little binge and then I binge 2 or 3 episodes and then I watch other stuff and then I binge again. I'm not caught up. I'm also, if I'm caught up, I would be waiting for episodes anyway. The other thing is, originally, at least on MDL, and when you first click play on the show on Netflix, it showed that it was going to be like 10 to 12 episodes long. Now Netflix is showing it's been bumped up to 24 episodes. I don't know if this is going to be like an ongoing show or they have a set number of episodes they plan to make and end season 2 and then maybe start season 3. I really don't know because right now I think 10 episodes have aired, I want to say. Let me check that really quick. I think it's 10. 10 episodes have aired, and they have now said they are going to plan on airing at least 24. I'm on episode 6. Yeah, I don't know what's going to... I might be watching this show for a very long time, which I don't mind it. I'm loving the show. And as you guys know, and I've said in other episodes, this is by far one of my favorite Korean variety shows. I'm loving this show. I guess I'm going to be watching this show for a while. I'm going to be talking about it for a while. I don't mind this at all. It's a great show to kind of throw on at the end of a very long work week and binge a couple episodes on Friday night if I'm not doing anything. I just do mini binges as I go, and I'm really not mad about that. I should probably catch up with a couple more episodes, though, because if they're already up to 10 and I'm only on like 5 or 6, I could catch up a little bit. But also, since the episodes keep getting extended and I don't know if it's like going to end, I also have really not been concentrating on trying to catch up with this show because, as I said earlier, I'm trying to get stuff off my watch list. I'm still liking this show. It's an easy, fun watch for me. It's funny. It's a good time. I'm going to continue watching this show. And so you'll probably hear me talk about it for a while. Now, moving on to Chinese dramas. I'm watching 2 Chinese dramas right now, both for podcast episode recordings that are coming up. All right, so the first one I'm going to talk about is Love and Destiny. This is a podcast recording that I'm doing on my own podcast with a couple guests. I have to get it together and like actually watch this Chinese drama. I've watched 15 episodes out of 60. And I need to finish this in like 3 weeks. And I'm busy also a lot in the 3 weeks. It'll be interesting to see how I end up finishing it. I have to finish it because I'm recording it. I'm also forcing 2 other people. And yeah, I need to finish it. I know I said I was going to try avoid binging this, but I think it will just happen that I'll be binging this eventually. So far, I like what I've watched, but I think I'm still early on in it because the 2 people I'm recording this is a drama trio. It's Liliana and Jess, both who are farther in this drama than me, and they both are bored. We'll have to see how this goes. Apparently, there are a lot of palace politics that come into play, more than where I am currently in this Chinese drama. Right now, currently, like, the leads are together and they're like in the same vicinity, but their romance really hasn't started. Palace politics, well, like this is a shansha, so like heavenly realm politics are still happening where I am, but I guess it gets worse as the drama goes on. I don't know. I am a fan of both the actors who are playing these leads, so it's been fun watching them side by side and like become this lead couple or become closer because eventually they'll be a couple. Obviously, some very well-known tropes of Shantra are in this drama. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I also, it's like let me look this up. Love and Destiny. Love and Destiny is a genre that aired in 2019. It stars Chang Chen and Nini, along with many, many other people. I love Chang Chen. I think he's a fantastic actor, and he does not do dramas often. I think he has like 2 or 3 dramas under the belt, and Love and Destiny is one of them. He was in Narco Saints, which is a Korean drama from 2022. I think he's done like 2 other dramas after that, maybe 1. I don't know. He is not a actor. He's a movie actor, and he's a fantastic movie actor. One of my favorite roles I've ever seen him do is a drama called The Soul. It's a Taiwanese movie from like 2020, 2021. It's on Netflix, I want to say. Fantastic movie. I love that movie. I've been wanting to watch Love and Destiny for a really long time because I've been curious about him as a drama actor because I know him as a movie actor and he's a fantastic movie actor. And I will say, this is not a role I thought. Okay, so I had a picture of him in this role, and then I clicked play on this. He's taken the role a different direction than I thought because, the trope in Shansha with his role is he's like the god of war. He's supposed to be like very stoic, right? He has a lot more comedy in this drama than I thought he would. And he pulls it off, like his facial expressions and his actions, like his character actions, are a lot more comedic. And I love his character. And I love his acting of his character because it was so unexpected. Nini also has a lot of comedy, but her character, I kind of came into the drama knowing that would be the case because that's a trope when it comes to Shansha is the female lead, at least at the beginning, is a little more comedic, at least in the ones I've watched, and a little more innocent and naive, whereas the God of War is usually stoic and doesn't smile and whatever. He smiled and laughed because of Nini's character in the first like 10 episodes of this drama. So that was just really, really surprising. And I'm really enjoying both their acting in this a lot. Again, the story has the tropes of the Shansha, and we already have politics going along. I also am very intrigued by the villain, or at least who I perceive to be the villain, or at least the big bad. There's multiple villains in this show. I'm intrigued by him because he has a very interesting dynamic with the female lead. So I personally am enjoying this, but I also am only 15 episodes in. I could be bored by episode 30. I don't know. But I'm loving Chang Chen in this drama. But I'm also really biased because he is a fantastic actor, in my opinion. So I'll have to see how this goes. We'll have to see. Okay, the other one I just clicked play on. I'm only watching the first episode, and I think I watched it like the other night. Is Scarlet Heart, the original Chinese drama Scarlet Heart, not Moon Lovers Scarlet Heart. I'm also watching this for another podcast review. I will point some things out first. I have never watched Moon Lovers from start to finish. At this point, I have seen pretty much every scene from that drama on social media. I feel like I have watched the drama, but I literally have never clicked play on Moon Lovers. The K-drama Moon Lovers is a remake of this Chinese drama from 2011. And then the Korean drama came out in 2016. The Chinese drama was the first one, and then Moon Lovers. And so even when I click play on episode 1 of Scarlet Heart, I recognized scenes from the Korean drama that I've just seen on social media, and they're like iconic scenes that you immediately recognize from Moon Lovers in the Chinese version title credits. The Korean drama took literal scenes from the Chinese drama and just made them scene by scene, like take by take in the Korean drama. And I don't want to spoil what scenes, but iconic scene from Korean drama you see in the Chinese version, even in the title credits. And even in the first episode, I was like, oh yeah, this was in the Korean drama. this happened and blah, blah, blah. When you're watching the Chinese version, you definitely know that Moon Lovers is a remake because they literally took scenes from the Chinese drama and just put them in the Korean drama. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. Exactly what happened, exactly the reaction, everything. So it's hilarious in my opinion. And it's kind of fun watching the Chinese one and trying to spot who is who and the scenes that are memorable from knowing Moon Lovers exists. Because again, I have never actually watched the drama from start to finish. There are some really, really, really famous actors and actresses in the Chinese drama Scarlet Heart, also some big age gaps, which I found out with Liliana yesterday during my podcast recording of another drama that I'm doing with her. The first episode was wild because you can definitely see that the Chinese drama was older with the CGI, and there's a lot more comedy in this drama than I thought there would be. Again, I have not watched Moon Lovers, so I don't know if I'm sure there's probably comedy in the first couple episodes of that because there's comedy in the first episode of Scarlet Heart, the Chinese version. I wasn't expecting comedy. I'm excited to watch more because then I get to pick out more similarities. Okay, so Scarlet Heart, the Chinese version, was so popular. It was very popular across Asia in general. So popular that they made a season 2 in China because it was that popular. And they made a modern version of season 2. So you have Scarlet Heart, and it's the historical Scarlet Heart that we know. That season 1, which I'm watching right now, was so popular, they made a season 2 of the modern era of the same actors, same characters, whatever, meeting in the modern era because they were so popular. That's how big and how huge this Chinese drama was back in the day. So I'm watching that. I watched the first episode. I enjoyed it. I'm ready to get my heart broken because I'm sure this is going to end up really sad, just like Moon Lovers, which I know happens. We'll have to wait and see. But that was Scarlet Heart, 2011 Chinese drama that I'm watching. And the only other things I'm watching are anime, which I'll talk about those. All of the anime I'm currently watching end like this coming week or the next week. So all of these will be off my current watch list by April. And I have to say, I'm never watching anime as they air again. Like, first off, episodes are way too short. It's like 23 minutes, which is sometimes great because sometimes I only have 23 minutes in a day to watch something. But at the same time, it's like, I much prefer the binge this because a 23-minute episode binge, I can finish the anime in like a day if I really wanted to. That being said, I'm not going to watch anime as it airs. I'm probably just going to wait until it's done and watch it. But I'm glad I did it. So now I know how it feels and how like I figured out what I prefer, what I will do going forward if I watch anime or when I watch anime again. I am behind on all of the anime I'm watching because I chose to just not watch it as it aired and save up episodes and then have mini binges to catch up. So I'm like, depending on the anime, I'm anywhere from 4 episodes behind to 8 to 10 episodes behind, which would just be a mini binge. First one, as I've always talked about, is a Meku MD Doctor Detective. I'm still loving this. It's Sherlock coded, so of course I'm gonna love it. Sherlock Holmes coded, you know. The doctor is Sherlock. Her sidekick, another doctor, is Watson. She has a sister that's like Mycroft coded. She definitely has other facets in the anime that is definitely like, oh, this would definitely exist in the Sherlock Holmes universe. I love Sherlock Holmes. Anything Sherlock Holmes, I will watch it. If you guys have recommendations of things I should check out, please let me know because I will definitely check them out. I already know there's another anime that I want to watch that is definitely Sherlock Holmes coded as well, that the name is not in my head right now and I have to look it up, but I'm not going to do that. But I'm already have that on my watch list that I need to check out. I love this. I love it a lot. I think it balances the crime aspect, but also the medical mystery aspect very well. Yes, some cases are kind of predictable, but some others aren't, and that kind of is okay with me. You become invested in these characters and you care about the relationships, has a very strong sense of found family. It's a good binge. It's a really good binge, especially if you like procedural shows or mystery shows. I will say some of the other staff and some of the other departments in this hospital who like don't like the main girl get on your nerves a little bit, but that's even kind of Sherlock coded because even in Sherlock Holmes, nobody liked him. Yes, Sherlock Holmes was a little rude and blunt. Our Dr. MD is kind of the same way, not as cranky sometimes, but also no one chooses to get to know her either. Little annoyance there, but overall, It's fine. I like it a lot. I'm gonna love this one. It's probably gonna be highly rated unless it completely bombs in the last episode, which I think airs next week. That was Emeku MD Doctor Detective. All right, the next anime is My Happy Marriage Season 2. I am really behind on this anime. I think I just decided to wait and binge it when it was mostly out and done, and I think it's done next week. I remember when I talked about this when I first started watching it, I remember thinking the beginning was really slow, like more slow than season 1. And I think that's been kind of unfair because as I try to watch it as it aired, I think trying to watch this as it aired, I think skewed my opinion of that. Because again, the episodes are only 23 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. Nothing really can happen in 25 minutes, you know? Especially how this story seems to be built, where there's going to be somewhat of an introduction and setup in the first couple episodes, and then really the action and the mystery plays out in the later half of this anime. So I felt like it was really unfair to me to say that this was not doing it for me or the beginning was slow because I was trying to only get that opinion out over 23 minutes of an episode at the start of this anime. And I think overall I much prefer to binge this because I think I would like the flow and the structure of the story more versus having to wait every week for a new episode. That being said, I literally am really behind. I think I've only watched the first 2 episodes of this anime because I decided to just put it on the back burner and wait for most of the episodes to get out. So I am now going to binge it and hope I like it as much as I like season 1, because currently right now I am still liking season 1 more than season 2. I am curious about the main couple's relationship. I really hope it goes the story we know more about the male lead's story, because in season 1 it was the female lead. I'm excited to see how their relationship progresses. I already know there's this big villain guy that we saw in episode 1 or 2 that is going to be probably a prominent character. We'll have to see. I also am anticipating there's going to be a season 3. So I'm bracing for somewhat of a cliffhanger at the end of season 2. I feel like there's so much story here, and I know it's based off of written material, manga, and light novels. There's so much stuff that season 2 probably hasn't even addressed. I'm sure there's going to be a season 3. I mean, like, heck, they're not even married yet. Honestly, I don't know if that will happen in season 2, but they're not even married yet, you know? That being said, I still like it. I decided to just binge it. That's my Happy Marriage Season 2. Next one is Zenshu. This anime ends tomorrow, or technically today. I wrote my notes yesterday. Ends today. I hope to binge this in the next couple days and finish it up. This one surprised me. I went into this knowing absolutely pretty much nothing about this anime, and I'm surprised with how much I'm loving it. I had no expectations for this anime. None at all. As I predicted from my last watch list episode, the main girl has gotten less selfish, so I don't dislike her as much. The visuals of this anime is still breathtaking and gorgeous to watch. I can tell the story is going to move into a little bit of a heartbreak. I haven't gotten to those episodes yet, but I can tell it's moving in that direction, possibly. I also have no idea how they're going to wrap this up because essentially our main girl is in a fictional world. So I don't know if they're going to do a season 2 of this and kind of just leave it on a cliffhanger and not address that issue, or they're going to wrap it up and she's, I don't know, somehow going to go back in the real world or not. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know if she's dead or not, because in the first episode, she basically ate some really expired food accidentally, and she either died or is like unconscious in a hospital bed somewhere. Don't know. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to end, but the visuals of this are fantastic visuals. And I love our little found family that we have in this. I love how our main girl has kind of gotten more confident, and especially with her like power that she has in this world. I'm really curious how this is going to end for various parts of the story, even with the characters, and because it's a found family situation. So there's multiple storylines with characters going on. I'm wondering how that's going to end. If you guys are looking for a unique, really fantastic, like come out of nowhere anime, I would recommend Zenshu a lot. I'm really enjoying it more than I thought I was. Definitely have cried a couple times. I'm sure I'm going to be crying at the end of this because I've already cried. That was Zenshu. I'm loving it. The last one needs no introduction, obviously, is Solo Leveling Season 2. Another one that I wish I had waited and binged because it has been agony waiting for episodes. Agony. I feel every episode, this anime tops itself. Everyone. You watch this episode and you're like, oh my god, this was the best episode ever. Can they top this? What is the next episode going to be? And then the next episode tops it and does it. Just unbelievable stuff. The cliffhangers kill me every week, and season 2 is going to end on a cliffhanger. It has to. It has to. So the cliffhangers is another reason why I'm like sort of behind. I'm farther in this one than any of the other animes. I think I'm like 2 episodes away from the end, and I want to say it ends next week, this coming week. I could be wrong. Anyway, this is unbelievable anime, and I'm so happy I'm watching it. I'm also not happy I'm watching it because I couldn't binge it, but also it ends. So I need to find another one that's like this. So if you have any recommendations, please tell me what anime I should watch that is like Solo Leveling. Also tell Liliana from Tea and Soju, because me and her were having the same conversation where she is also watching this as it airs and she needs a anime like Solo Leveling to replace it. Please give us recommendations because I need to replace this with another anime that is fantastic just as this. And this is definitely going to end on a cliffhanger. We're going to have to wait a really long time for a new season. If you guys have not watched Solo Leveling and you need an anime, please watch this. Also, I hear that they are probably going to make this into a Korean drama, which would be insane if they made this into a Korean drama. Rumor is Cha Eun-woo is going to star in it. I think that's just a rumor. I don't even think they've even like greenlit the K-drama. I think that rumor's been floating around for a couple years. It's been a little more solidified and possibly to actually being made in the last year or so, but I haven't seen like 100% confirmation that it's being made. But if they make this anime into a Korean drama, it would be insane. Insane. Like the budget of that would be insane. I would watch it. Totally would watch it, but it would be insane to make this a Korean drama. So, yeah, that's Solo Leveling. Those are all the anime I'm watching. I have a long list of anime I want to click play on, but I have priorities. Priorities, Caitlin. You need to like watch some other stuff for podcast stuff. Speaking of that, here are some dramas I plan to add to my current watch list due to various reasons. Hyperknife, I still have not clicked play on. I want to. Hopefully, I can start it this week. It's only 8 episodes. There's a Korean drama coming out in April, the first week in April, I think, called Karma. That's a Netflix drama, and I think it's a like drop all the episodes Netflix drama that's coming out early April, a crime one that looks like really intense. I'm really not sure. It's like everybody's connected because of a crime, I think. Really intense. I'm going to rewatch Connection because I'm doing a podcast recording for that, for someone's podcast, and that was one of my favorite crime dramas from last year. I'm going to rewatch Love Like the Galaxy, or start my rewatch of that, because I'm also doing a recording for that later in the year. And I also need to start Heartless City because I have a recording for that on my own podcast with a guest. So I need to start watching that as well. As you can see, most of the things I'm going to be starting and talking about are stuff that are for podcast stuff. And literally, Karma is the only Korean drama in April, unless one other one that I think is a Netflix drama or maybe a movie gets a premiere date in April. And I want to say that is Soji Subs. I think it's Soji Subs drama about the, let me look that up really quick. It's his drama, Mercy for None. It's a Netflix drama. It potentially could be coming out in April. I heard rumors it could, but it might have been pushed. And this is Soji Sub. It's a gang. It's a gang one, basically. He joined a gang, and I think like his brother joined a rival gang. And in order to like save his brother, he left the gang. But then he finds out that his brother died, I want to say, or somebody died. So he had to go back and like get revenge. It's a revenge gang drama, basically. And I'm really excited for that, and had a fantastic trailer. It was rumored for April, but I don't think it is coming out in April anymore. So yeah, Karma might be the only Korean drama I'm watching in April, which again is like kind of insane for me, because I I normally watch more Korean airing dramas, but there's really nothing in April that caught my eye that I really, really wanted to watch. May is a different story. There's a lot of things in May, or at least a couple more, like 3 or 4 in May that I want to watch. Again, nothing really has trailers or posters, or some have premiere dates, but they haven't started promoting them yet. So we'll see what comes out in May. But yeah, April is looking dry for me when it comes to airing Korean dramas, which might be good. It might be good. You know, you never know. I might have life happen in April. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to be watching stuff, so that's the good part. Anyway, that is the end of my current watch list for March. I hope you heard me talk about some things that you might want to check out, or if you're watching anything I'm watching, please let me know what you thought about my opinion and what you like or dislike about things you're watching. What are you currently watching? Let me know. And thank you for listening to another episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast and another watch list episode of this podcast. Thank you. Bye. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky under the username NoSleep4Dramas. That is no sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.NoSleep4Dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. Finally, please give this podcast a like or a follow wherever you listen to the podcast. Leaving a comment or a review also helps a lot. We love hearing ideas and feedback from all of you. Share the podcast with your friends as well. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.